Onivia, League of Legends highlights, powered by ArcaneBet.com. Bet live on esports.
Top laners, so many of them have been taken away. Kennen is largely deprioritized in Korea, and it's going to be just jumping on the Jace here. Plenty of lane power, but also the sort of lane where let going for the experienced Quint, though he's seen pretty commonly. Hasn't killed the big Raptor just yet, so just level 2 there. As Mata just hits level 2, an instant headbutt.
Yeah, it's going to be the boot back onto Ming there as well. He's just going to have to walk out. The exhaust comes in. They want to try and take down Def, but there are so many sticks into Y4. The Ren goes down. He's down to sub 100 health, but he still gets knocked up after the flash. The knock up to follow with the grand entrance and first blood to MLXG. They're looking for the cow after it as well. They want to pick up the beef. So now Mata's going to move back underneath that very late blue buff. It's
an evolution of the meta. This was a pretty common thing, was giving away first blue and then having the disconnected blue takes top lane.
Yeah, they're looking for it. Score is here, though. As he gets the flash body slam, bops him into the face, and now Smeb, he's going to go to the skies and pick up the double. Pathing. That was not a great one, but thankfully this is why you drink your food. Smeb's going to come down, clear out this vision ward, or the control ward, depending on what you want to call it. And now there's the headbutt pulverized. Def gets the slow, the ignite, comes down as Y4. He's in trouble. Mata grabs the kill somehow after the other round.
Well, having no combat stats, 3 pushing lanes, MLXG, it's all on him to find the right spots, and he's found top lane.
Well, in goes Let Me. They are going to get the silence down.
Trade kill.
Smeb trying to get that trade, but smacks him away. Not quite enough with that last auto attack, and Let Me is going to be able to lock
around him as MLXG's back top lane.
Yep, Smeb doesn't have flashback available. He's going to boot away MLXG. It's going to be the CC not available anymore, as there's the ultimate. Smeb's still alive, looking for Let Me. Almost gets it. The minions still angry with the Camille, but cow support, definitely good. God, that Mukau skin is so good.
It's a chroma for it as well, so it's extra silly. Mid lane.
Yeah, there's the flash knockoff. Vaughn, a lot of damage coming in there, as there's the Void Rush, and Xiaohu's going to be able to grab that kill. Tanking up the turret.
That Mountain Drake. We said it's diamonds, that means that KT, they probably want to contest if they can.
Yeah, there is certainly a Fate's Call available if Mata wants to go in. Does get himself a lot of damage as Ming has to get himself out of there. The trample's going to grab him, and he steals the dragon. We say that Mata giveth, Mata taketh away, and he's given it this game. That is massive. Score's going to be able to take down.
Had big games, had small games. Mountain Drake for both these teams can be a breaking point. So they engage, and it's just a 2v3 as they walk in, ignite enough to take him down. And it was a trample, a damn trample from...
You know, at least more close to even, when it's a 2-1-1 Camille now.
I mean, the item lead is not massive, though, as Mata's gone for a walk.
Yeah, Grand Entrance is going to land onto the Gragas. That's the only one, but good CC coming out of RNG. The disengage with the cask is there. A score is going to fall down. MLXG, he's on a mission, just looking for Deft, who does use the flash to get himself out. Fate's Call saves Mata completely as well. And then Smeb comes down. He's going to save the rest of his team, but they get the pick.
Now, Mata couldn't be that far up. It was a disengage mission, given that Victor is bot lane. Just wave clearing and pushing. Side lane Victor to get to 3 items. At least 2 is something. And Smeb's got greedy.
Yeah, that was a fadeaway jump shot that he was trying to do onto MLXG. He's trying to get to the blast cone, but doesn't get there. And Xiaohu gets another kill. 2-0. His engage doesn't need to be respected. Now KT using that as an opportunity to go for this Baron. Their secure is massive as there's the Fate's Call. Mata actually flashes after MLXG, but he's not going to be able to create enough distance. And Mata, the ultimate is down, but he should fall, and that is going to be the pick going in favor of RNG.
Mata called the go button, went over the wall, was completely owned by MLXG getting the tunnel out, and thus he couldn't get the headbutt to kill the smite. Now it's 5v4.
Yeah, Letme's going to jump his way in there. Smeb does a fair bit of damage, but there's the knock up onto Score. Pawn does a lot of damage in the front line. They do trade it, as now the Curtain Call's picking up the kills. Deft is trying to dance around Let Me, looks for it, gets the kill as Pawn flashes himself to safety. It's a 3-for-2.
Gave up the Baron there. I think the game does go the way of RNG. That hasn't happened yet, but okay, Fate's Call.
Yeah, that's going to come down. They're looking for this one more time. Actually, Let Me in possible trouble as the Hextech ultimatum does go down, but look at this damage. Deft is going to pick up that kill, and it's probably just going to extend from there. Chaos Storm was in
Death Timer. They turn on to Baron. They don't even have a control ward for it. They put it down now. The vision is being cancelled. The Rek'Sai, it's 5v4 again.
Yeah, jumps into the pit. Just not going to look at the Baron there as well as he throws out the ult. It is going to be Mata falling as the Baron still alive, but the kills are coming for KT. It is going to be Callista locking down the Baron, of course, as Y4 has to flash. Deft wants to take him down as well as Score is going to get rid of Xiaohu. And Y4 says, well, I'm going to at least get some minions before I inevitably
They
fall.
focused on the kills instead of the Baron, so the Rend was used early, and Baron was sitting there to be grasped at 800 HP, but MLXG died fairly early. Now we're just watching Score and Smeb clear up. Who's going to take down Y4? It's probably going to be Smeb.
Yep, so this guy gets that last auto attack, and Smeb's going to go back to base. Empowered recall.
Rolster and even Jace picked up a lot of exit kills in that scenario. Speaking of exit kills.
Yeah, they're actually looking for MLXG here. Just gets cast as he's going to jump down, but Smeb just looking to kite this one out. The CC's there, and Smeb is going to grab that kill. All too easy as MLXG eliminates any reason for that bullet to even be fired at.
Here we go!
There is the cast to come back. Ming was getting into quickness mode and then just popped with Pawn's burst damage, which is gigantic right now. Inner falls down. Now the next inhibitor turret will go as well. KT, this is the decisive play this team is capable of. And another ult. There's the headbutt pole, but it's the poor man's Callista Rakan coming in there, and Marta's making it look good as Letme has to flash his way out. MLXG was alive for, I believe, about 12 seconds until he's inevitably taken down. Another shock blast is going to erupt the
For no reason at all.
Yep,
and look to end the game.
Actually take down MLXG here at the same time as Deft just pulls Marta away, wants
Where
to
you going?
take down this Camille. It's all too easy as well as MLXG's going to join them. The flash from Deft gets himself over, and he's just bouncing around this party, but can they take him out? No, they can't! As there's the Void Rush, it's still not enough! Deft is going to take both of them down. It's going to be Score that claims the... And he took a dragon with a trample as well. This guy is making Alistar do things that he shouldn't, as there's the headbutt pulverized. Speaking of the Alistar...
This time Vive's in the backline, though.
Yeah, he's trying to look for it as Ming is going to fall down, but has he accomplished enough as Pawn has fallen down? Deft, he's unstoppable though as he's dancing around. MLXG going to fall. Look at all the health that he's getting back from this one. Letme jumps himself down. Yeah, the Guardian Angel is there as the flash from Marta gets himself out of the way of death. As now Smeb's going to make his way back in, jumps on top of Xiao, who Score's still there with full health, by the way. He just dived a little bit further forward, and now KT Rolster, they're going to ignore Letme unless he goes a little bit too far forward and take down the Nexus and win their first international match as this roster.
Man, it ended up being quite a long, winding path to get there, but the first Baron was what KT Rolster had their sights on for about 5 to 6 minutes of prep work. They tried to peel off. They tried to just take down the Rek'Sai. Marta gave up his life, and you started to wonder, was that the turning point for KT? Would this be another disappointment in a row after being reverse swept in the telecom war and by Rox Tigers? The eventual answer was no. They did stick the landing. The late game Alistar was a pleasure to watch. The Fates Core interaction with Alistar was the gap close they needed to make the forces, and also maybe it will herald more priority from KT Rolster on the Callista, because for once they had the initiation to start fights on their own terms rather than just relying on vision and people hopefully sitting in an equalizer.
Yeah, things looked great for KT, and you saw big hugs coming out from the team as well as MLXG and Marta, big smiles. They know that this game didn't necessarily mean massive implications, things like that, and they still can be